Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Today we are out here with the Tourism Minister, Honorable Ahmad Bah. He is going around in different hotels to look at the tourism facilities available in different hotels and to make sure that the tourists are so satisfied. Thank you so much, and let me show you around.
We are now actually positioned to open on the 30th of November.
Wow, very good.
Yes.
When?
On the 30th of November.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's great.
This project is called the Tamala Sun Prime. It's a new concept that's coming to the Gambia. The Sun Prime is a label owned by Thomas Cook, and we joined into the franchise. There are 16 Sun Primes around the world, and this is the first one in Africa. Basically, the concept requires you to follow certain standards and certain specifications when you're building and finishing the hotel. And as you see, we have achieved that. We are building a Sun Prime with 140 rooms. We started construction 9 months ago. And we are, I think, going to create a miracle here by opening this hotel just a year into construction. We are building a 4-star hotel. It's a 4-star Sun Prime. The Sun Primes are normally 4-star hotels. It's an adult-only hotel. And this project actually has a lot of significance for the Gambia, because just on the Scandinavian market, what it has done, it has doubled the arrival figures. It will double the arrival figures from the Scandinavian market from last year to this year. Thomas Cook Northern Europe is using an Airbus 330 instead of using their normal 737 aircraft,
Double capacity.
which means that we have already doubled the amount of tourists that will come from Scandinavia because of this project. So it is a very important project for the Gambia, and for us from the beginning we knew that, of course, we are businessmen, we are working for ourselves, but we are also working for our country. And it was very important to achieve and finish this project on time, because it was very important since the tour operator has doubled their capacity, we also have to give them the rooms. We will achieve this, and as Gambians we are very proud to say that when Gambians are given the opportunity, we can do it. We have 300 people working for us now. When we open the hotel, we will have 200 Gambians employed. So it's a project for all Gambians. It's not only a project for us. Our group is called Balafong Company Limited. It's owned by Omar Jawara and myself. We are 2 proud Gambians. We try in whatever we do to hire as many Gambians as possible. We've been running our hotels with 100% Gambian staff actually since inception. For this hotel, we plan to open it on the 30th of November. We have already started recruitment. If you look at a few weeks ago, there were ads that we put out on the papers to recruit staff, and we made it very clear that we were looking for Gambians and West Africans, because this is how we want to lead this industry, to show people that we Gambians can do this ourselves. If you came here 9 months ago, you only saw grass. I mean, if you look around here now, you know within the next 50, 60 days, we will finish this project. All the rooms are ready. We are now finishing the public areas. There are certain areas that are not done yet, but it's because we are waiting for goods to arrive from abroad. They will arrive within the next 2 weeks, and we have full confidence that it will not take us a month to install everything and get this hotel ready for opening to welcome our guests on the 30th of November. Our group has actually had a lot of confidence in the tourism sector of this country. Gambians are wonderful people. We welcome our tourists very well. So only that actually is our biggest USP when we talk to what the services we give to tourists. The Gambian smile is ever ready, And I think this is what makes tourists not only come to Gambia once, but they will come 2, 3. Some tourists are coming to Gambia 20 times. This gives us a lot of confidence that with the Gambian people, with the support of our government, when we keep this country stable, the future of tourism in Gambia is going to be, I mean, I think we are even underestimating the numbers that we can achieve in tourism if we do these 3 things. The Gambian keeps smiling, the government supports business, especially Gambian businesses, because we can do it most probably better than any other investor who comes to this country. And if we keep this country stable, we will create a tourism industry that is going to employ a lot of Gambians. If we can manage to do this, our country is going to develop and become the next Gran Canaria.
Let me, excuse me, you said what other investors have to learn from Male Sallah and Omar Jawara. I think that's where the question is. Male cannot answer that question for himself. I think for those of us who have been observing this group the last 2, 3, 4 years ago, we've realized that this partnership is a real partnership, and it's a partnership that Gambians have to learn. A partnership of men that are committed to hard work, honesty, and sincerity. If you look at them, they are here sometime at 6 a.m. in the morning until about 9 p.m. And that's 100% commitment to what you want to do and what you want to achieve. They could have been home, staying in their offices, not being on the ground, and just to sit there looking at papers, but they are very practical. If you don't find Male, you'll find Omar. And they are on their toes 24/7 to make sure things are done. They are not leaving it to people to do. And another factor which is very important, understanding each other and being honest to each other as partners. And that's why we as Gambians have to learn a lot more. Because partnership is all about confidence building. Relationship that is real in itself. Where everybody works towards the interests of what have bound you people together. And I think that's the way these people have been working. We have a couple of other Gambians that are doing the same thing. And I always believe that Gambians have to learn from what we call partnership. If you don't have it complete, I don't have it complete, let's come together. And we make it happen. And I think if you go to, there's another company I've learned about, the Green Vision Company, where you have Jaite and Ture together and all that. They become so, these are examples of partnership that we have to learn. Instead, the past was when you are together, as soon as you start growing, you disintegrate because of personal interests and differences and dishonesty among yourself. And this is a unique partnership that we have to learn. And as young Gambians, as emerging, young people with a new dispensation under a new contemporary Gambia, I think it is important that the young should learn how to do partnership. Not only to learn how to do it, but to make sure it happens. And I think this is a typical example of that.
You have mentioned three words that I think a lot of Gambians need to learn from. He mentioned the issue of partnership. What we have found out in partnerships is that when you work together, you achieve bigger things. I have my limitations, my partner has limitations, but when we come together, we complement each other in a way where nothing stands in our way. We move forward, we trust each other, and this is how you create a good partnership. You also mentioned the word honesty. Honesty is absolutely important. If you know that your business plan is not only for today, but is for the next 20 years, you are not in a hurry, okay? You sit down, you strategize, and you honestly perform and make sure that you are paying your staff on time, you are doing all of those things that add value to what you are doing as a company. Then your staff will come together and even support you more. So honesty. The third word you said was hardworking. I don't know too many people that are as hardworking as my partner and myself, because we are totally dedicated in what we do. We are sometimes pushing wheelbarrows here. We are mixing concrete. These are things that we do not for anything but to encourage our staff, to show them that we are not bigger than them. We are on the same level as them. And bring yourself down and do whatever you are doing with humility. If you do that, people work even harder for you. Now, hard working is something, Minister, I think we need to really start thinking about how we are going to educate the young people of this country to understand you don't achieve success without hard work. You don't achieve success without honesty. It is quite disappointing that on a project of this magnitude, with over 300 people working here, more than 60%, maybe even 70%, maybe even 80% of everyone who works here is a foreigner. And we are having jobs here that are paying well. People are earning here $300 a day. You know, it's what directors are earning in some offices.
$9,000 a month. Permanent secretaries.
You know, so opportunities are there, but Gambians need to want to take these opportunities and make it theirs. We are welcome. Our arms are open. Minister, we put up an ad last week asking. We are going to hire about 300 people to manage our hotels this season. We did not even get 300 people applying for jobs. What's wrong? When Gambians are sitting around saying that we don't have opportunities, we don't have jobs, we are Gambians that are ready to provide jobs to Gambians, but we expect them to be honest, we expect them to be hardworking. This is how we are going to build our country. We talk about this new democracy that we all fought for. Come on, we have to now take it to the next level. It's not only democracy and then we sit down and say democracy is going to bring everything to us. That's not how it works. We have to work hard and go and get things and make things happen so our country can develop and move forward in the future.
Security is not a matter for them. It's a responsibility of government, of course, to all citizens for that matter, because it's an issue of national concern. But I can assure you that the security of this country is the top priority of government. And the GT board, and with all its partners, the Tourism Security Unit, and even with the Gambia Hotel Association, all of them together are working to make sure that they guarantee security with the support of government 24/7 within the TDA area. And it's a top priority of government. And we can rest assured that they will get that security that they want, and indeed guests will be given that security that they expect. That one I can assure you for that.
Thank you so much for watching, and we are going to another hotel. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, I think as we can see, the tourism industry is growing, and the destination is a very friendly destination to the tourists, and the tourists they like to come to Gambia, and of course they need more bed capacity. When we want to increase the numbers, we have to increase the bed capacity, and especially that they have to be very good beds. Well, as you can see, we are working very hard on it, and we hope to be ready by December, because we are very far now, and we're just on the finishing touches. Well, as you can see, this is a concept with swimming pools in front of the rooms. So when we visited this room, you can see that a client can be in his room, and then at any time of the day or the night, he can just walk out of his door and enjoy his swimming pool. He also has pool beds there if he wants to stay, not to join the main pool, which is on this side. He can have his privacy at his pool. And you can see that every room is like divided, so there's privacy. That's what the general manager just said about. We're talking about 120 employees will be in the hotel, between senior and junior staff.
Actually, we are honored by this visit of the Honorable Minister and the team and the members, and this is a big support from the government to the investing and the investors here in the country. And actually, we really need this to support the tourism sector in the country. Gambia has a special demand from the Europeans, and we have all to support this. Gambia is full of the professional staff actually, and they are all trained. The Gambia Hotel. Gambia University of Tourism, I think they are sending their students for training from time to time to the hotels. Actually, we have the laborers, we have professional staff here. Gambia have everything actually. So let's put it that way. We have everything that we need. We just need more support just to make it bigger and bigger. Gambia is a nice country for the Europeans. They like to come here. It's a friendly. The Gambian people are really friendly, and this is what's more important. We are able to get better service actually in Gambia than other destinations. So that's very perfect actually. The chairman said that it's a new concept in the country, a higher quality. So I believe that our customers will really enjoy the time here. We are giving a better service. We care much more about the service and the quality that we have to give to our customer. They have to get a memorable stay here, that they have to go and talk about it later, yes.
Enjoy yourself, be a tourist in your own country. So we try and also develop that concept here. So we want Gambians to come on board, and at their free leisure time, they are welcome to come and visit and see what we have here. Okay, it goes up to 300 people with like about 3 or 4 subcommittee rooms, and also we have VIP waiting rooms and secretariats and everything, fully equipped conference room with the best technology you can imagine for the use of the conference room. We don't want to concentrate on tourists coming from outside. We believe that Gambians can be tourists as well. But how is something that we're going to develop ourselves and make it interesting for Gambians to know that they can be tourists in their own country. Because we all work very hard and sometimes we deserve to rest. And if you know, most Gambians, when they want to do that, they go to Senegal. Why do you go all the way to Senegal to rest? You can do that in your own country. So we're trying to develop that concept and we're going to sell that out, and I can assure you that it's going to be a very interesting package that we're going to sell out.
Honorable Minister, I have taken over this new challenge or the new office precisely 2 weeks ago. I was given my letter of deployment on this area from police training school on the 24th of last month. Notwithstanding, since I took over, I have observed myself. I have also gone out with my senior command on patrols to various locations, knowing fully well how crucial tourism is to the economy of the country and the people of the Gambia in general. We won't relent our efforts. My predecessor, where he stopped, that's where I kick-started in terms of achievements. And we are moving on. As I said earlier, I have observed, I have seen for myself, and we have put in place measures how to cope with the challenges that are really on the ground here. Since I started the tour with you, we have met with various stakeholders. We have visited 3 new hotels that are likely starting business latest November. Tamala is one of them, African Princess, and Metsi, the former Bakadaji, before coming here. And I have listened good, and I have heard loud and clear from key players, that is key stakeholders in the tourism business. And I can assure you, and the leadership of the country and the leadership of the Gambia Police Force, under my dynamic leadership, with my men and women in uniform, we have decided to put our lives on the line. So we will make sure that we will do our utmost best to make sure that our beaches are safe for our visitors, and the investors have that confidence to really come on board because of the tranquility and human security of our industry and the Gambia in particular. So notwithstanding, you have little time, you have long way to go, but I can assure you this is not the only personnel we have here. This is what we call standby. In case of emergency, this is going to be the rapid deployment team that we will send to the ground. And we work here as a team. You can see the different colors, that is the national uniform. Others are even intelligence. We have a drug law enforcement agency here. We have Gambia Immigration Department. I'm the most senior commander. They are all under my command and control. But above all, we coordinate, collaborate, and communicate effectively among ourselves to make sure that we deliver as expected. Challenges are obvious. We know the resource constraint of our departments, but notwithstanding, we are appealing respectfully to Honorable Minister and all key stakeholders who can do their little quota to make sure that the basic equipment that I am yearning for my personnel are available to our disposal. And if that happens, I'm not challenging the authorities, but respectfully, if that happens and we fall short, then there is a big correction mark on my back when it comes to productivity. But my records are there. They can speak for me. And the office of the IGP and the police leadership and the personnel have that confidence in me. And this is why I am deployed here. And since my deployment, I can confidently tell you, we are ready to work. I have listened to key stakeholders, especially to operators and others, and we will tackle the issues accordingly. Notwithstanding, I appeal to the general public and the users of the beach that they must conduct themselves within the confines of the laws of the Gambia. I'm sorry if it may be offensive, but the big man thing of telling my officers and personnel that do you know who I am is not going to be accepted under my command and control. My officers also are tasked and they must conduct themselves within their powers. No form of harassment, physically or verbally. We are not tolerating, and I am not going to tolerate it. I'm the one in the driving seat. The minister said it earlier. You know, new broom sweeps well, but the old broom also knows the corners. So I am both. Thank you so much.
Something to the issue of mobility. That's why when we made the ground to operators, I made a request that they should also contribute towards the maintenance of security, because it's our common interest. And they should really try to look for a vehicle and donate it to the unit.
Yes,
While as a government also we are making some efforts, because your minister have raised this issue many a time, and the entire cabinet is sympathetic to the position, and we believe that we should be able to come out with something very soon to enhance your capacity, to give you the support that you need to be able to do your job. So we are together in this game, and I also congratulate the personnel, all the officers, all senior officers, that we are working for our country, and this is a country that we have to protect and serve for the good of all of us together. And I think everybody knows what tourism can contribute and what it is contributing to our national economy. Therefore, it's important that stakeholders also invest in security. One, I think the GT board should take up this matter. The issue of scanners in the entrance of hotels before people are checking is key. All major hotels in the world now have scanners prior to entry into premises, because it helps detect other things that may be a threat, threat to the entire, hotel. So it is important that GT board take this matter with owners of hotels, particularly major hotels, so that really they can have scanners, so that they will be able to detect, because we live in a very difficult world. The Gambia remains safe, but we cannot be complacent. We have to work hard. We thank you all. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
See that the water is very clean. That
On
is
the
perfect.
other side too, there's another construction going on, and that's for the new barbecue realization. Yeah, sure. Added to the new area here is the barbecue area.
Barbecue area.
Yeah, which is the main focus of our Saturday events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will be every Saturday?
That will be every Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. We hold the
In the
barbecue
evenings?
in the evenings for entertainment and stuff like that.
Usually your
And here is
gardens are always
where you have the band. This garden, of course, it is renowned for its galadiras and stuff
And
like
beautiful,
that. Yes.
always
So we're still maintaining
So
that.
the
Don't
Gambia
feed on the ground. So part of the feeding is to throw it up and they will pick it up from the sky.
I think this is a program
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
keep. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
one.
It is.
Very
It is.
impressive.
It
really.
is. Yeah.
And I'm sure many people need to know this.
They
And
come
come and
they
visit.
come from other hotels. Some of the ground operators are even organizing tours 11:30 every day here to come and witness this because
You know,
it's
your
spectacular.
gardens
It's
are always
something that is
unique. They are
spectacular.
always unique. Senegambia gardens, you can always.
That's one of our
strong
key
selling
selling points.
Really?
Is the nature. Yeah, it's the nature. We are building around the nature. We are not disturbing the nature.
That's good.
Maybe you should go to the Gambia garden.
I think
We are managing about 1,200, including staff, including other people that we give.
when do you hope to complete this project?
Well, should have been handed over end of this month.
End of October.
End of October.
End of December, you think?
No. End of October. End of October. Yep.
Because the outside is very, like not painted because of they are concentrated on the internal.
Yeah.
Ceiling is all done. They started
Tiles
more
and everything
All
has
the
been done.
toilets are tiled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think for
Hello guys, as you can see we have all gone around to the hotel and we have seen every bit of every place of it, and then now we are taking a break right now. As you can see they are having a break right now.
The new room.
The new rooms.
Fantastic.
Next
year.
year. Because
Yeah,
now
very good. Next year, good.
This is the room. This is the swimming pool there.
Yeah, that's the one you have there
Yes.
now.
You're expanding it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, this new government want to build standard hotels.
Yes.
And this is a good project. Hope you
Yes,
can
yes.
fulfill and complete it next year. It will be very good. So far, you have a good start. We're happy with that. Keep it up. Okay?
Thank you.
better standard. We want to attract the best quality of guests.
And they have a very good
location. Yes. Yes. We appreciate the effort that you're doing.
Thank you.
But I believe that some little touches by next 2 years.
Yeah, that we will definitely do.
You should be able to get there. Yes, I think you should be able to get there. This is twin-bedroom.
Yes.
We'll just change the thing. I think we'll look better. Yeah, we appreciate the efforts that you are putting in. We now move to Discovery Town. Gentlemen and ladies, can we move? Somebody sit forward. And show people that, yes, I am farmer, I can get it done, and others are also following suit.
Thank you.
So keep up the good spirit. We are together in it.
Thank you.
Hydra, take care of her.
I am.
Please,
I've been doing that all the time. And farmer, you'll be taken care of.
Thank you, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, viewers, for watching. And we are heading to another hotel right now. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
So far, so good. I can see that people, particularly investors, are responding towards meeting the new government demands of government and the new policy that government have put in place by making sure that really we move the standard of our hotels to a better standard that will really attract quality guests who will come and spend money in our country. So really, so far, so good. We are convinced with that. We are looking into it. It's not GCA. Government, we are looking into it and we'll deal with it. Nothing threatens this industry. Government is concerned at the highest level to make sure that the industry is never affected. So we are working on it. When we are ready, we'll communicate to the general public and everybody will know. Social media will always be here. They will always be talking. But we do what we have to do in the best interest of our country. But rest assured that we are more concerned than anybody else with matters regarding the industry and the welfare of Gambians or other investors who have an interest in the tourism sector. Government is more interested and have bigger stake than anybody else. So we would not do anything that jeopardizes the interest and the stability of the industry. We have a lot to visit. There are over 40-something hotels we're going to visit, inshallah, stage by stage. These are hotels that we knew were under construction and we wanted to see how far they've gone with their construction, whether they will be able to meet up the time. And now we are convinced that they can do it. So they've done a wonderful job and we are very appreciative of it. Specifically, what type of birds, what type of specific animal you want to hunt. We are here to preserve everything. The fauna and flora of the country must be preserved.
So it had been a very hectic day, but at the end of it all, it's been very positive what the outcome has been. Very, very positive. Well, that has to do with a unit that is under the GT board who had worked relentlessly during the past couple of months to ensure that this hotel classification manual and hotel classification document that had been validated recently is really implemented in all hotels to ensure that the standards that we require as a sector is on the ground. So we're not compromising here when it comes to the standards of the hotel star ratings that various proprietors offer. So we just have to make it clear to them that the inspection that the GT board had carried out recently the recommendations that were reached during those conducted visits would definitely ensure that the recommendations are met, and so they should really endeavor to ensure that all the concerns that these inspectors had brought up to them are really met before the season opens. We have all along worked hand in hand with the Ministry of Interior. As a sector, we cannot really be seen to be lagging behind when it comes to security of tourism, because we've seen what has happened in other countries, neighboring countries for that matter. So we would continue to ensure that the needs of these security personnel we've met today are met. So it's quite something that government as a whole, because it had reached the highest level, and they have been provided with mobility vehicles, but obviously with the expansion, as you have seen, of all these hotels, they would need more vehicles to be able to conduct all these what do they call them, the inspections and patrols that they do along the coast as well as within the TDA itself. So we would continue to ensure that we provide all their needs as and when required.
Key objective of today's mission to assess the state of preparedness for this coming season. You have seen at least 3-4 hotels that are be complete their constructions by end December. Actually, the Tamala will even be completed by November, and they'll be operational by 1st of December. All the other hotels will be operational by at least 1st of January. There will still be challenges for hotel beds in this country, because the number of hotels that we have, and I want to make a clarification, the number of quality hotels we have in this country is quite limited vis-a-vis the expected number of arrivals. That's why the board has been working tirelessly with government to ensure that the required land is available so that more hotels can be built. This year, yes, we might have some challenges, but moving forward, as we speak, I have 35 applications for 4-star and 5-star hotels. And these hotels, we are very hopeful, at least 10 of them will begin their constructions before the end of 2018. We look at 2019-2020, we'll have additional at least 10 hotels. Additional 10 hotels mean additional more than 10,000 beds. So that will, at least for now, be suffice for the incoming number of tourists. But having said that, I also need to inform you that the plans that we have in place and the expected number of tourist arrival in the next 3 years, we need to build more hotels. And when I say build more hotels, we need to refurbish the 2-stars and 3-stars to 4-stars and 5-stars and build new additional 4-stars and 5-star hotels. Because bed capacity in destinations Gambia is a challenge. It's a challenge because, one, the quality of the number of the beds is not there, the number of hotels is not there. But we are working on it. And inshallah, given the next 3 years, I am very hopeful that we'll add at least 10,000 additional beds. Thank you, Mr. Bajan. Our strategy also includes the development of community-based tourism, where the Gambia Tourism Board will directly be involved in the constructions of new tourism establishments up-country. At least in each region, we would want to have one very good tourism establishment that will either be managed through a contract management or through the communities. But we are studying the modalities of the management of these facilities. But for sure, we are working with government, particularly the Ministry of Finance, to ensure that we begin to diversify the number of hotels within the Greater Banjul area to a community base in other regions. And that being the case, we will see at least a leverage in terms of what we have here in congestion, so that when people move up country, there will be facilities, so that the number of stays within the Greater Banjul area will be minimal and the rest will go up country. But it's not only for the incoming tourists. Gambians need to know their country. We need to ensure that domestic tourism, it works. I am just coming from Nairobi. The biggest rivals of tourists in Nairobi is domestic tourism. why not the Gambia? Some of us don't even know where Bara is. Some of them don't know beyond Birkama. Why? We went to encourage Gambians to travel the length and breadth of this country so that we as a country do not have to depend entirely on those air arrivals for tourism in this country. And that's in the making. This year, we had started the project late, but the rains have now almost ended. By December, we are hopeful that we'll start constructing at least 2 new community-based tourism facilities of country.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes. Chair, but if I may add that we are aware of the increasing and the growth of tourism in this country. The best year for tourism in the Gambia was in 2013, where we have received 172,000 arrivals. 2017-2018 has surpassed the record of 2013 by over 200,000 arrivals. And we're expected 2018-2019 will surpass 250,000 arrivals. By the year 2020-2021, Gambia will hit over 350,000 arrivals. And that being the case, all hands on deck in terms of security, in terms of tourism facility, in terms of the administration, in terms of the policy, but also the implementation of the operations, as per the operation of Morandai of the Gambia Tourism Board. We all have to buckle up and ensure that we uphold our country as the best destinations in Africa.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.